Hey guys, welcome to week 23 of Essentials. This is day 1 million in quarantine, and as you can tell, I've been in the house so long, I grew a beard. Okay, before we get started, we're going to play a little game here. See how well you remember all of your Essentials information. We're going to play a game called True or False. Alright, so if you think this is true, well, say true. If you think it's false, say false. Easy enough.
This, that, these, and those are demonstrative pronouns. What'd you say? If you said true, give yourself a high five.
One last one. There are 12 verb tenses that are made up of time and form. What'd you get? Did you say true? Because that's correct.
Pronouns replace nouns in order to avoid doing their chores. Well, what'd you get? If you said false, you're correct. True or false? There are 7 sentence patterns. Did you say true? Because that is correct. Article adjectives are limiting. What'd you get? If you said true, give yourself a pat on the back.
Last week was really fun. You learned about participles and you reviewed adjectives, and today we're going to go over adverbs, learn what a gerund is, and also go over the subjunctive mood.
Okay, everyone should know this. Can somebody tell me what an adverb is? That's right. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, in case you didn't remember what an adverb was, or you don't remember the song, let's take a little refresher. Remember? An adverb modifies a verb adjective or another adverb. Who can sing the rest?
All right, let's review some more. Can you tell me what a verbal is?
A verbal kind of has its verbiness and wears several different hats. Remember, a verbal is made up of an infinitive, a participle, and today we're going to go over a gerund. So see how I have all these different faces here? It's kind of the same thing with a verbal. It does different jobs. Okay, pause this video and tell your mom or your sibling in the funniest voice that you can think of what an infinitive is. And then, while doing 18 jumping jacks, I want you to tell them what a participle is. Go.
Before we go on, we need to remember, what is a noun? Can you tell me what a noun is? Go. You are awesome. Now, who can remember what my friends Spido and Pona stands for? Did you get it? Are you thinking? Still thinking? Okay, let's go over noun usages. So this is just different jobs that nouns have. Remember? Okay, what are they? Subject noun, possessive noun, adjective, indirect object, direct object, object of the preposition. Great job. Now, what is Pona? Can you remember? Predicate nominative, object, complement noun, noun of direct address, and a positive. Good job. I'm glad you remembered all those. So that means that a noun can do a ton of different things within our sentences.
All right, now it's time to get serious because I'm about to introduce a gerund. A gerund is going to be easy to remember because you already learned what a participle was, correct? Now remember, you had a present participle and you had a past participle. So present participles ended in ing, right? And they were used as adjectives. Now past participles maybe have an en or a t or an ed at the end. We're not going to worry about past participles. We're only going to worry about present participles. So a gerund is like a present participle, so it's a verb that has an ing on it, but it's not used as an adjective like a participle is, it's going to be used as a noun. So think about these words. So these are words that have their verbiness, okay, like jumping, like jump with an ing, but instead of it being an adjective, we're going to use it as a noun. Okay, here are a few examples of what a gerund would look like in a sentence. All right, let's look at the first sentence. Voting was illegal. What was illegal? Voting. So what is that? It's our subject noun. So it's the first S in Spido. Now, I love dancing. I love what? Dancing. Can dancing replace I? No. Can it describe I? No. So that would mean it's our direct object. So that's our D in Spido. Now, the judges awarded her cooking first prize. Who or what are we talking about? The judges. What is being said about the judges? The judges awarded. Now think about this for a minute. They awarded what? They awarded a prize. Look, see? Prize right there. Now, they awarded a prize for who or what? Well, they awarded the prize for her cooking. So that's our indirect object. So now we have S, and then we have the P's coming, and then, or it's not coming, and then we have the I and the D. Now, by studying, she passed the test. Now, studying in that sentence has an object of the preposition. Look at the next sentence. Her favorite pastime is knitting. What is knitting? It's her favorite pastime. So remember, her pastime is our subject, is our linking verb. So when we have a linking verb, we're only going to have a predicate nominative or a predicate adjective. Can knitting replace pastime? Yeah, because we could say knitting is her favorite pastime, and it would still make sense. The teacher called his behavior cheating. So object complement noun. So can you see in this example that a gerund is like a participle because it's a verb with an ing, but it's used as a noun in the sentence.
Did you see that picture? Did you notice when we diagram gerunds, we put it on their little stilts with a little thing that looks like boop, 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 boop. It kind of reminds me of like that song, Walk Like an Egyptian, where you put it on the stilts and you throw it on that thing to say, hello, this is a gerund acting as a subject.
Congratulations! Give yourself a high five, give your mom a high five, run around the table 18 times, whatever you want to do to celebrate, because you just learned what a gerund was. Okay, here we go. Third and final verb mood. It is called subjunctive. Now, get out your trivium table, turn to chart C, which is the verb chart, and look down about midway, and you're going to see the mood. So first we have the indicative mood, which we're most familiar with because it just makes a statement or asks a question. Then we have the imperative mood, similar to a purpose of a sentence. It just makes a command, all right? Or it states a command. Then we have the subjunctive mood. So this implies a condition, contrary to fact, or expresses a wish. You can also grab, after this, look at chart EE. It's an advanced chart. So only if you're a second or third year do I really want you to be familiar with that and start memorizing it. First years, just hang on and just hold tight and listen. It's okay if you don't get it, because guess what? You're going to get it again next year. Okay, let's really try to figure out what the subjunctive mood is here. The subjunctive mood is typically used when you're trying to make a suggestion or a wish, all right? It's typically used with subordinate clauses. Most of them, not all of them, can start with that, all right? So let's pretend we're going on a trip. Where should we go? So let's plan our trip. I'm going to say, I suggest, then you are going to add a gerund. Remember, what is a gerund? A gerund is a participle, so a verb plus ing, but it's going to be used as a noun. So, for instance, I suggest booking a hotel room. Okay? So what do you think? What else should we do when we plan a trip? I recommend staying near a beach. So staying is our gerund. I suggest packing a bathing suit. I recommend being careful in the ocean. I recommend playing outside. Okay, now I remember that I told you earlier that the subjunctive mood is typically used in subordinate clauses. Well, those sentences, like I suggest booking a room, well, doesn't have a subordinate clause, does it? So let's try it this way. I want you to say, I suggest, and add the word that, and take your original verb and put it back to its regular form. So it would be something like this. I suggest that you book a room. Okay? I suggest that you book a room, right? So we are saying that it is giving like an expression of a wish. Like we hope that you do that. I suggest you do something. I'm not commanding you, and I'm not making a statement. I'm expressing a wish that you would do something. I could also say, I recommend that you stay near the beach, right? It's different. It doesn't have our gerund saying staying, right? So it says, I recommend that you stay near the beach. Because that you stay near the beach is a subordinate clause. What? This is the subjunctive mood. Let's try one more. I suggest that you pack some clothes. I suggest that you pack sunblock. So the subjunctive mood is easy to understand because it's just saying that you are hoping, you're wishing that something would happen, but when you do that, you need to add probably that or some kind of subordinate clause beginning, and you need to take the verb back to its original form. Okay, I want you to try it. I know it's a little confusing. We're only going to try one or two, but let's just see how well you understand this. Moms, if you need my help, just text me. Okay, let's practice first. I want you to finish my sentence. I suggest, and now pick a gerund. So pick a verb that has an ing at the end that acts like a noun. So I suggest staying near the park. I suggest booking a hotel room. Okay, go. Good job. I know that was kind of difficult. This is a little confusing. It honestly took me a little while to even understand what I was teaching when I first started this. Okay, now let's turn this into the subjunctive mood with the subordinate clause. So we're going to say, I suggest. So I is who we're talking about. Suggest is our verb and transitive. Now add a that. So for instance, I suggest that you book a room. So take your verb, whatever you had in that first sentence, and go back to its original form. I suggest, add the that, so now that starts your subordinate clause, and then you book a room. Okay, I recommend you stay near the beach. I recommend that you stay near the beach. All right, so give that a shot and see what you come up with.
Okay, are you ready? Let's go ahead and put all of our hard work together and diagram a sentence.
Okay, here's our sentence. Jesus gave me who is undeserving life, and he gave me peace that passes understanding. Now this is a compound complex sentence. So let's look at our first part. Jesus gave me who is undeserving life. Now, we know that Jesus gave me life is our independent clause. So let's focus there. So what's the first thing that we ask ourselves? Who or what is the sentence about? So what is being said about that? That passes. This is our verb. And passes what? Understanding. Now look at this little word right here. Does understand kind of look like a verb? And does it have an ing? But it's acting like a noun in our sentence. So remember, that is a verbal. And this would make this a verb transitive. Good job. Okay, so this is what our diagram will look like. So let's focus on our SVTIODO. So we have Jesus gave me life. Now, our subordinate clause, who is undeserving, modifies me. So we'll put that here. Who is our subject, is. Now our predicate adjective is undeserving. Remember, we put that on stilts because it's a participle. So undeserving. And it also has a little slanted line. It's like a curve, like a little boomerang right there. Okay, so that's the first part. Now, our conjunction is going to connect the two. And let's do our next independent clause. He gave me peace. Now, that passes understanding, modifies peace, so we're going to put little ... under there. So that is our subject pronoun. Passes is our verb. And remember, I showed you earlier when we have a gerund, it goes on the little slant line right there. So understanding. Because it's a gerund, but it's taking the role of our direct object. There you go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed week 23 of your essentials lesson this week. I had a great time. I'm ready to see your guys' faces. I'm proud of all the hard work that you did. I hope you think my video was funny because I've been stuck in this house for way too long that we had to do something silly and goofy. All right, guys, have a good day and make sure that you comment on anything if you have any questions and tell me how awesome my beard is.